Stormtroopers large and small have been appearing in shopping malls across China and even had a stop on the Great Wall. If that kind of publicity doesn't give the new Star Wars film a boost, it's hard to think what will. Now, as markets digest the implication of the Federal Reserve's interest rate decision, the launch of the latest Star Wars installment speaks to another key trend for next year: the Chinese consumer. There are still a lot of headlines about the slump in luxury demand, and Prada's 26% drop year-on-year in China business, reported on Tuesday, won't help that. But there is growing interest in the power of another type of Chinese consumer, the more regular, poorer sort. Incomes for China's poorest 40% are growing more rapidly than for their better-off neighbours. Unhelpfully, there's no set definitions for drawing the line between China's working and middle-class consumers. But however you cut it, the trend seems clear. The less well-off groups are enjoying a bigger rise in income as a result of a shrinking labour force and China's still healthy economic growth. The next question is where they spend that money. Compare China and the US, and it's easy to see that Chinese consumers spend far more, almost half in fact, of their disposable income on looking more beautiful and eating better. Translated, for many people, that's clothes and 3 meals a day. But one of the categories with the most potential, if Chinese consumers behave anything like the Americans, is having more fun, travel and entertainment in other words. And one example of this is movies, where receipts have risen over 40% this year. The 7th film in the Fast and Furious franchise, for example, generated a quarter of its box office sales in China. Disney will still need all of its skills to promote Star Wars in China, since the Galactic Empire isn't an automatic sell in the Middle Kingdom, which barely had consumers when the franchise was launched in 1977. But the importance of China to Disney is just one example of the growing power of China's average consumer, not just the Prada touting types. A few extra cinema trips by those still focused on getting by won't change China's economic path, but it doesn't take a lot of extra fun to make a big difference to some industries.